Welcome back on the Mackey Motors post-game show. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City. Jeff Blankman talking right now with Laura Sweeney from the Carroll Tigers. They fall here again tonight. Sergeant Bluff Luton in 3. But Laura, tell you what a match for you girls tonight. I know you guys wanted this matchup. You told me that last week. What did you think of the matchup here tonight?
Honestly, I mean, it's what we were expecting, everything. Like, we knew to watch soccer, and she did exactly what, we saw. We scouted them really well. I mean, we fought, especially those first 2 matches. We were right with it the entire time, so there's nothing to hang our heads about at all.
Did you feel like you executed that game plan as well as you guys wanted to tonight?
Yes, the only thing that I would have switched was the defense. We just weren't sharp enough cross. I guess we just must have not seen it enough, or happen enough in the film, but it hit cross quite a few times, and we just
And I know for us announcers, we were getting kind of frustrated in a way tonight because they were getting so many balls that would hit the top of the net and drop in, and serves and stuff. How did you girls able to fight through that? Because it seemed like those first 2 sets and into the third, all the bounces kind of went their way.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to go one team's way, and tonight it went their way, and I mean, it sucks. It does. You want to be that team on the other side, and you want to be that team that's getting lucky with those little things, but it just wasn't us. And we had to just focus on doing what we could to control the game.
Talk about the rapport you had with your hitters tonight, how you guys were talking. What did you see?
We couldn't use our middles a ton tonight. They have a huge block in the middle, so we definitely stayed away from them. We established our outsides right away. We didn't get to use our right side just as much, but our middles definitely got in a lot of great slides. So just keeping that off the net was the main goal, and I think we did that.
20-19 in both the first and second sets. You guys were right in them. What did you feel like maybe was that difference that they were able to edge away late in those first 2?
I feel like when they have the lead, like the entire game, you just feel like you are never going to get it, and I think it just got to us, and we didn't push. We didn't have that sense of urgency when we needed to, and that's why we fell short. Just the little errors.
We knew serve receive was going to be critical tonight. They're a good serving team, so are you guys. Talk about serve receive. How did you feel like it went?
Our serve receive, I mean, it was fine. I think if we would have gotten the ball up in front of the 10-foot a little bit more, I think we definitely could have had just a little more success. On the other hand, our serve, we definitely could have gotten a few more serves, and we had a few misses, and I think it was nerves. I think it was just little things that just got to us.
Laura, talk about this as a senior year for you and the run that this group made. I said something to you earlier. New coach, new system, you're in a new position, everything new this year in a way, and yet you girls kind of grabbed a hold of it and made it your own and did a lot with it.
Yeah, there was nothing other that I'd rather do. Like, I wouldn't have played with any other coach, any other team, any other position, honestly. I mean, it was like normal. We came to this season. I mean, obviously it took time to adjust, but when we did, we were unstoppable.
Well, Laura, great job tonight. Appreciate you joining us as always.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's slide Ella Collison in here now, and Ella now joining us. And Ella, you were one of those hitters. You knew they were going to go to you a lot. You and Josie have been kind of the 2 go-to girls all season. You knew you were going up against a good block that had some height, able to get at that block a lot tonight. What were you seeing? How were you adjusting to them?
I was thinking, Laura and I, we got to like a faster set kind of right away because we knew they were getting up, but they were kind of really off the net. So when Josie and I hit it, either go straight down or a tool off. So I think we just knew we had to go up and hit the ball. And I mean, right away we kind of knew, like, me and Josie, we were on fire, and like they couldn't stop us, but just it didn't go our way, I guess.
What were they trying to take away from you? Cross, line? Were they blocking anything specific against you?
They were kind of getting our cross, and we had some options for the line, but we didn't get as much line shots as we kind of wanted to get. But I think for the most part, it was kind of just we just had to go fast, and so, yeah.
Do you guys realize as the set's going on how close those first 2 sets were? I mean, the largest lead was 3 until the very end. What's going through your mind as you're kind of trying to work through that?
I know. I feel like we were so close, and then just at the game, at the end of the game, I don't even know. It just kind of happened, and I think that kind of killed us a little bit. But I think it was good. We came out here and we fought, and the first 2 matches were one we thought going into the third, we were like, we're going to get this and we're going to win these next 3, but it didn't go our way. But I think we left it all up. We played our hearts out, and we left it all on the floor tonight. So
trying to get some touches and blocks on them, how did you feel like that went? What were you looking for from all their different hitters?
I feel like we knew they were going to hit the ball, and I feel like our back row did really good tonight at picking up off the block, and we were getting a lot of touches. There was a few that they slammed to the ground, but I mean, they're a good team. That's going to happen. But I feel like our back row really stepped it up tonight, especially working on getting their hits up, especially off the tips or off the block.
Let's talk a little bit about serve receive tonight. How did that go for you and for the team, do you think?
I think it was a little iffy, but I think our service has done something that's kind of iffy been the whole season, which is something that I think looking back, I really wish that we could have fixed it ourselves. I mean, coach pushed it on us all the time. It's not of her fault, but I feel like tonight, I mean, it wasn't our worst, but it wasn't definitely our best because Laura was out here passing balls instead of setting balls. But I feel like we stayed pretty calm. We didn't have as many shanks as normal, so I think it was okay, but obviously not enough to win.
We all knew how talented of a group you girls were and how talented this team was, but it was a whole new system coming into the year. Surprised at all at how good you guys were at the end of the year with everything being new?
Yeah, I think we knew as soon as I knew that coach was going to get the job. I think we were all like, oh yeah, this is our season. Like, we've all been working with her forever, and so finally, now that she got to coach our senior season, I think it really meant a lot to all of us, so sorry.
Not a problem. Ella, thank you very much for joining us. Great job here tonight, and appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
You bet. Ella College joins us here tonight. We're going to get head coach Molly Lang over here, and we're going to get a quick conversation with her as well. And Molly, I know not the way you wanted things to end tonight. You girls and you came up here to win this tonight, and you gave them everything you could for at least the first two sets, and the third one wasn't that far off either. But talk about the match tonight. How did you feel like it went?
Yeah, I was really proud of how we competed. You know, if we're going to go down swinging, or going down, I'm going to go down swinging, and I really thought that the girls left it all on the court tonight. Didn't serve receive very well.
Right.
Missed some serves. Those two things I thought kind of cost us. First couple of sets, we were right there. I mean, competing, and making our way back, and then just couldn't quite get over that hump. But again, they're a solid team, and you know, I know that most of them are juniors, but they also were sophomores on the state championship team. So you could tell that they just were composed even when we were fighting. I don't know if they really thought that we would be as good as we are tonight. I thought that's just, there were some adjustments that they made and that we made that they're like, oh, okay, we're here to play, and we're here to compete, and we're here to win.
You guys really were able to establish those outsides. You knew you were going to want to do that tonight, and they've been your two go-to girls all season. What did you see from them? What was working, especially early in sets 1 and 2?
Yes, I thought we established our pins really well, but our passing just wasn't quite good enough to be able to get our middles and our right side in transition like we like. And that I thought was the difference maker where, yeah, we're pounding it to the outside, but when they've got a 6-foot block-ish on the other side, and not that we got blocked a ton, but it plays a factor when we're out of system that whole night. But no, I liked what I saw overall offensively, and especially defensively. That's some of the scrappiest I think that we've played. Hannah Jorgensen really set the tone back there. I was so impressed with her, that just how engaged she was tonight. And when she plays like that, again, that gives us a chance to keep playing.
And you knew tonight coming in that you guys were going to have to serve aggressive.
Yes.
You tried that. Sometimes it worked well. You mentioned here a moment ago, and it was true, that you had some service errors that sometimes cost you a little bit. But was that just trying to be aggressive tonight?
Yes and no. I felt like most of our errors kind of came when we started kind of second-guessing ourselves in the second and third sets, where almost we were trying to do too much.
Right.
And I've talked to the girls about that quite a bit, where there's no 10-point serve. It's one at a time. It's one ball at a time. And I thought it was more of a mental thing than anything. But no, as you mentioned, service-wise, there were moments where we were aggressive and really got them kind of on their heels or hit our spots really well, and others where they were just right in system, getting that ball up, and they're a good enough team that they're going to put the ball away there. And like I said, I thought our defense really stayed with it, but we've got to get them out of system and with that first ball.
Did you feel like you guys got into system enough tonight, and when you weren't, were you happy with the out of system? Because that's something that's been good for you guys all year.
Yes, yeah, that is something that we stress. I mean, if we're going to be out of system for 80% of the time, we better damn be good at it. And yeah, I truly, I thought for what it was, we really did compete hard. Like I said, we need to get our middles used more in transition to get to that next level. And we've done that this year, but with tonight, with our passing, it just wasn't quite there.
Coach, both first sets and second set, 20-19 down at one point. To end up losing both of those, how much did that weigh on the kids, do you think, to start that third set? You fell down 4-0, which was the largest deficit you had really had all night, except for those right at the end of the first two sets.
Yeah, again, I thought it just was one of those where I didn't feel like the kids really necessarily played tight, but there were moments that I could just feel that they were trying to do too much out there. Where again, there's no 5-point play, there's no 10-point play. Like, it's got to be one at a time, and it's got to start with our serve receive. But yeah, just as you mentioned, gosh, we competed so well up until about point 20, and even first set it was 22-20.
Yep.
And I felt like we had the momentum, and then just a couple plays here and there, they finished and we did not. But no, I was very proud of how we competed.
And I know that you've worked with this group of kids for a long time, and you've had a special bond with them. But what was it like to get to coach them this year, especially with this senior group?
They're pretty special kids, especially the senior group. Like you said, I've worked with most of them since they were about 8th graders, and like I told some of them on senior night even, it's rare when I can remember the first time that I see a kid play, and Ella and Laura were 2 of those that I can remember vividly the first time I watched them play in the Fusion Gym, and just I feel like I have a great rapport with them.
Right.
Definitely not the way I want to go out, but I'm so glad I got to do it with them.
And the change from the beginning of the season to the end, not that they were not playing good at the beginning, but a whole new system.
Yes.
Man, the way they're playing right now, it's amazing how good they've become.
Yes, that was my pregame speech actually to them. How I know, I'm sure you probably remember a conversation you and I had about the middle of September when I didn't know if we would get to this level of play.
Right.
I was hoping and thinking we would get to a regional final and
Right.
place in conference like we did, but I really didn't know if we would get to sustained high level. And I told you, we got a month, we have October,
Right.
we got to figure it out. It's one of those where they made up a year's worth of work in about 3 weeks' time.
Right.
And I was pretty blunt with them too, that what's going to get us to that next level is better ball control and just that consistency. And they took it in, and oh my gosh, the month of October was pretty good to us. And even the last couple of weeks, we scrimmaged Harlan, we scrimmaged ESAC, Kemper, and honestly, we beat them. And that's some traditionally strong teams. The girls had a lot of confidence. We were playing the way I want us to be playing and how we should be playing. It just came up short tonight.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a great season. I know it's a little bit short of where you guys wanted to be, but it was a lot of fun watching this team this year, watching it grow, and getting to watch you coach again. So you bet. Molly Lang again with the Carroll Tigers. They fall here again tonight to Sergeant Bluff Luton 3-0.